Forgot to hit my for that. Anyway, I don't really know exactly how to begin things, but we got to show some love for the San Jose Sharks for what they've done this season. I think they finished last year with 62 points or 52 points. 52 points. And right now, they're just a little bit out of the playoff picture. I know they've been officially eliminated, but they have a chance to finish a few notches above NHL 500. I know that's not saying a whole lot, but when you've been last place in the NHL for the past 2 years, that really does mean something. And kudos to San Jose for going on the road in Nashville against a team they haven't beaten the last 15 games and essentially eliminating the players from the playoffs. So I hope I'm sounding good now. Let's go Hawks from the Madhouse. I had a feeling you'd be there, Nick. Thanks for tuning in, of course. And I wanted to, of course, call out that today is a special stream because I am raising money for my friend Jose. My friend Jose, at the end of 2024, had a heart attack, and 5 months later, he was diagnosed with stomach cancer. So, to support Jose, we have a GoFundMe set up here. You can see a link to it in the video description and also in the pinned chat message here. Please consider supporting Jose because he's a dear friend of mine. We go back about 10 years ago when we were working video games events in the Bay Area, and he's somebody who just never does anything but give to others. And so I really would appreciate any donation that you could give, whether that's on GoFundMe or a super chat. 100% of super chats, minus the revenue that YouTube takes for itself, not for me. 100% of super chats otherwise will go to Jose. So you can super chat here as a way of contributing, or you can go to our GoFundMe. I would really appreciate any support that you can give to my friend here. He really needs it. Medical expenses are just intimidatingly expensive. So let's support Jose tonight. And hopefully we have ourselves a good hockey game as part of that as well. So we've got Riley joining us. We've got People First Yukon. Actually, are you living in the territory over there? That's pretty awesome. We had Dalton or Duncan here. We have I know CJ was here a moment ago, and hopefully we'll get some other twisters in our chat as well. And again, apologies for the technical difficulty at the beginning of things. Brendan, what's going on? Hey, hope you're excited for the playoffs. And now we know all the playoff teams. We have our 16 teams here. The Eastern Conference matchups have been set. As for the West, we got to see what happens with the Pacific Division, and that's something that, the Vegas Golden Knights can wrap up tonight with a victory. John Tortorella's team has been pretty hot ever since he took over late in the season for Bruce Cassidy. On the other side of things, with the East, we have some not so familiar faces making the playoffs. The Buffalo Sabres started the season, I think, at the very bottom of their division, and now they've won the Atlantic, the ever so challenging Atlantic. They'll be taking on the Boston Bruins in the first round. The Philadelphia Flyers, they were 9 points back of a playoff spot about 6 weeks ago, and they find themselves back in it. That's pretty amazing there, too. On the west side of things, of course, kudos to the Ducks. First time in 8 years. And I wish I could say the same thing overall for the Detroit Red Wings, but that's not exactly the case. So anyway, we'll have a few minutes here before we actually drop the puck. It's a good time to like the stream and hopefully post it to your social networks. Because again, this is all about Jose tonight. It's all about my friend, giving him the support that he needs. And giving me the support that I need is my partner in crime, Cortana. Hey, girl. Let's see if we can get her on camera here. Hey, kiddo. And of course, anytime there's a super chat, I will give Cortana a super treat on your behalf. Boo Boo, can you move over there? There we go. She will be hanging out with us on camera if she so chooses, because I've got the Cortana camera set up here. And also, one other storyline to look forward to tonight. Macklin Celebrini with 44 goals and 68 almost nice assists. He's only 2 points back of Joe Thornton's all-time franchise record for points in a season with 114. So Sharks played it today in Chicago. They're also going to be playing tomorrow in Winnipeg. So we'll see if Macklin can set a new franchise record for that. And we'll see if I can set a franchise record or a channel record for most beers consumed in a live stream. So cheers. Oh, that's tasty. Me gusta. I'm gonna miss the Sharks over the next few months for sure. Something to build on here this year with not just Macklin's season, but Will Smith taking a step forward offensively. Michael Misa kind of flying in under the radar. It's crazy. It's like he was the second overall pick, and we haven't been talking about him enough just because he hasn't gotten enough opportunity with the team. But he's looked good. I like his hockey sense quite a bit. We've got Dean in the chat here, of course, and I'm sure you're looking forward to tonight's game against the Kraken. Who do you want in the first round, by the way? I mean, it would be pretty fun to see Vegas and Utah take on each other, but I also really just want to see a rumble royale between Anaheim, LA, Edmonton, Vegas, right? You're hoping for the Sharks to make the playoffs. Yeah, it really looked like it for a lot of the season, but it's okay. It's a great learning experience for this team. So many of these guys who are going to play key roles on the team are super young. I didn't talk about Sam Dickinson earlier, who's played most of the season. It's been a trial by fire for him. Luca Cagnoni is playing tonight, 21-year-old defenseman who tore it up in the AHL as a rookie last year. And he's been kind of worked into a more balanced role on the team. So he's not just an offensive defenseman. But when you look at what the Sharks need going forward, they need better coverage in their own end. And so the draft will hopefully be a good chance to address that. They need more puck moving capabilities from their defense, and Cagnoni is somebody who could do that. I'm still a believer in Dickinson for that as well. And hopefully we get a bounce back from Yaroslav Askarov. He's had a lot of starts this year. I think he's had 46. This will be his 47th game of the year, but the numbers, they do tell the story in this case because it has been a very challenging year for him after the month of November. Thank you, Hockey from Home. I appreciate that. You got to see them, the Sharks on New Year's Eve, and that was a great game from what I remember. You have to win the division, so you have home ice in the first two rounds. Mammoth will be tough, though. Yeah, that could be a pretty fun matchup. I like the sound of that. Actually, I was kind of hoping that we would get something like Ducks versus Mammoth. I think that matchup would be maybe the most intriguing if that were to go down, but I don't think that's really possible anymore. So anyway, we'll get to the puck drop in just a wee bit here. And I appreciate that, Hockey from Home. If you can just keep Jose in your thoughts, that would be fantastic. Anyway, I got my goal horn queued up here for when the Sharks score. I even have one for the Blackhawks. We got to show some love over there as well. Chicago, that is probably the youngest team in the NHL, or at least it's up there. When you look at this roster, the likes of Frank Nazar, Connor Bedard, Nick Lardis is still pretty young. Frundell is somebody who's been playing with the club for the last couple of months and who I thought looked really freaking good against the Sharks in the last game. They also have a lot of youth on defense with Sam Renzel, Wyatt Kaiser, Alex Vlasic. Those guys are still pretty young. Same with Kevin Korchinski. Artyom Levshinov. I think he's been hurt, but correct me if I'm wrong. So that's a lot of youth for Chicago. And so you haven't quite seen them take that extra step forward. Bedard did miss some time for them. Even so, he's kind of reached a new benchmark performance-wise with 30 goals in 68 games. So that's good for them. I think that maybe when we talk about the Hawks next year, maybe they will kind of take that step forward that we saw from the Sharks this year, or even kind of like how we saw from the Ducks last year. Anaheim is kind of like Chicago in that they've been actually built pretty balanced between their young forwards and their young defensemen. We got Derek hanging out here. We've got what's crack-a-lackin', go Blackhawks. I don't know if you're a Kraken fan, but anyway, I hope we get some excitement in this game. Where's Cortana? She's expecting an apple slice here. Here, go lie down, girl. There we go. Okay, good girl. Just got to get the camera down. Ready? Whoop. There she is. You can kind of see her there. She'll be hanging out here and there between me and Mrs. Twister. Stars are going to win the cup. I picked the Stars to win the cup at the beginning of the year, and I haven't really seen too much of a reason why I wouldn't choose them. The Avalanche are a team that they've had success against in the playoffs. I think Colorado could still win that matchup. Don't get me wrong. The Avs shut them out just about a week and a half ago, but I'll still stick with the Dallas Stars from my side of things. How have I been? Just pretty busy in that I haven't really had a chance to be on YouTube so much. Uh, I'm just trying to make a kind of a career shift right now. So I've been busy with kind of a project on the side. Had a big product launch a little bit over a month ago with the company that I currently work for. So just had my hands full quite a bit. Cortana's taken is Mrs. Kitty. All right, guys. Anyway, we're underway from the United Center, Blackhawks and Sharks, and I will. Oh, I don't want to have this too loud, or else I'll get flagged for copyright infringement. So yeah, here we go. Now, of course, both teams here don't have a whole lot to play for, but and you would say like, hey, wouldn't it be in the Sharks' best interest to lose? And in this case, oh, here we go. We got the puck behind the net. Oh, Chernyshov almost trying to set up Will Smith there. Um, what was I going to say? Yeah, you might be like, hey, shouldn't you lose out so that your draft position can improve? Because if the Sharks win out, they could be drafting as late as 12th overall, whereas if they lose, they will draft as high up as 7th, and that's a big difference, especially given the depth of top end talent in this year's draft. The Sharks do have 2 first round draft picks. The other one belongs to the Oilers, so it's so funny because I don't want anybody in the Pacific Division to do a damn thing in the playoffs, Edmonton included. And so I'm thinking there's a good chance the Sharks could end up trading up in the draft with the assets that they have. Enjoy the game. You're off to bed. All right. Thank you for popping in at least, Bon, and hope you're ready for an exciting playoffs. And hopefully, I have a chance to be a part of that because as I said before, yeah, I'm tied up in a lot of stuff right now, but I also am kind of getting that playoff itch, And my Sharks were so close to it, and I'm like, okay, well, I still got to watch some more hockey. Thank you, hockey from home. Watch Russell live stream tomorrow, Canucks and Oilers, maybe, especially if there's something on the line with the way things are shaping up. Although tomorrow I am going to be out for part of the evening, so I just don't know how things are going to line up. Flyers Ducks Stanley Cup Final. Zegras, right, versus Cutter Gauthier. A big credit to both teams. They have seemed to both come away as winners in that deal. Tampa and Colorado. I don't know, man. It's a good thing that the Lightning don't have to play the Panthers this postseason. But I mean, they've won 1 playoff round since 2022, I think. So I'm not sure that I'm going to be a big believer in them because they got to get out of that division first. I just got $20 from MJ. Thank you so much. My fluffy anniversary appearance. Yeah, I was just chatting with Jaws a couple hours ago. And by the way, MJ, this super chat of yours is going to go to my friend Jose. I have a link in the pin chat message and in the video or stream description because my friend Jose is battling stomach cancer and needs all the medical or financial assistance he can get with medical expenses. So 100% of proceeds are going in to Jose. So thank you so much. Oh, hey, Mrs. Jaws. Thank you, Donna. I heard that you also have donated to Jose. I appreciate that very much, and I'm sure I haven't even told him about this, so I'm sure he'll be pretty surprised and happy to hear the news. Anyway, still nothing. By the way, I don't know if I'll do like a real play-by-play with this. We got the top line back on for the Sharks though, so that's Celebrini, 19 years old, Will Smith, 20 years old, Igor Chernyshov, 20 years old. Igor Chernyshov has been such a fun player, and I think that the way he complements Macklin Celebrini is fantastic. And Smith, he has grown on me recently. I think that if you were to sub him out, though, even though they probably won't, with somebody like Colin Graff, that top line could look, dare I say, almost like that Avalanche top line that we saw, when the Stanley Cup a few years ago with McKinnon, Rantanen, and Landeskog. But anyway, it's really fun when your top line is as young as it is, and it's also pretty young for the Blackhawks. Have the link posted and encourage your folks to come by. I appreciate that. That's awesome, Donna. Thank you. Oh, multi-streaming, right on, and not easy to do. Sports geeks. I can't believe we actually did it. I'm so happy for the Flyers. Even though I like the Hurricanes the most, out of teams in that division and the Eastern Conference, I would say I'd probably have the Sabres right under them in that they've been such an amazing story, and those fans are starved for a cup, and Philly is too. So I'd say that probably Philly would be the third team in the Eastern Conference I'd want to win most. But what a hell of a run on the last month or month and a half. When will I come back to Chicago or east of the Mississippi? I know I kept saying this, but like small chance I might go out to Virginia. Um, that could be sometime earlier in the summer, I think. But yeah, I haven't. The only time I've traveled this year was just a brief road trip to Montana. Uh, Imagine Mrs. Twister's reaction to goal horns. I don't know if she really gets into the goal horn so much. I could totally insert a euphemism there, but I won't. Uh, Unbelievable how the Flyers have looked since the Olympic break. Yeah, and on the opposite side of things, how like the Red Wings and Blue Jackets had the nosedive that they did. I don't know if you guys saw uh, Rick Bonus's press conference last night. That was, oh boy, that was ugly. Oh! I thought Eklund was going to be sprung on a breakaway. Good pace to this game so far. No surprise. A lot of youth on both sides. Excuse me. Oh, by the way, Cortana didn't get a treat from for MJ's super chat, so let's get her one. Come here. That's a good girl. That a girl. Yeah, you want to say hi to everybody? See you soon. I got to go to. Okay, cool. Well, we'll catch you later. Hockey from home. Music man 76 Senator says hi to Cortana. Cortana, you're a star. And congrats Sabres for winning the division. Yeah, I know, right? Like I didn't have them anywhere near the playoffs. I just thought that it's a graveyard for talent, but something clicked, and then Kevin Adams got fired right when they started to get a little bit of a streak going, and it's amazing what they've achieved. And if that means that they're going to go all the way, I'm pretty much behind it. The only thing is that the only real strong feeling I have is that I need to see Brent Burns win a Stanley Cup before his career winds down. Tiago dropping a 10 here in the super chats. Hope everything will be okay for Jose. He'll be in my prayers. Let's go Sharks. Thanks so much. Let's get Cortana a treat. Here, treat. Good girl. There you go. Good girl. Yeah, I appreciate that, Tiago and MJ, of course. All right, here comes Michael Misa, our third line center. Sharks center depth is looking very good. I like what I see for the foreseeable future. Of course, Macklin plays the 1C. Misa could find himself in the 2C by the end of next season. Part of that is because he's second overall pick this past year, but also Alex Wenberg has been really good for San Jose, and he's actually been extended for 3 more years. He's the third leading scorer on this team, and is a terrific utility player. And even so, like if the Sharks have somebody else come up in their system, like Philip Biestet, for example, if he ends up being the third line center for this team, and he leads the Barracuda in scoring, I think he was their all-star this year. Well, then that way Wenberg could actually be slotted to the wing if need be. And then Zach Ostapchuk, the numbers aren't there, but the energy that guy brings on the fourth line is fantastic, as Macklin is denied by Spencer Knight. The top line buzzing for the Sharks. They'll kick it out to the point. Ferraro, the one-timer with his stick shattering in two. Oh, gosh. And here come the Hawks. Bertuzzi knocked off the puck by another kid for the Sharks, 19-year-old Sam Dickinson. And top line back out there for San Jose. Will Smith, a little flutter pass. He had looked like Mukama Doolin streaking down. I got to swing back over to Fluffy. All right, we'll catch you later. Thanks for jumping in here, and maybe we'll see you guys for the playoffs. I'm rusty as a mod. I mean, I'm not giving you very many opportunities to mod. ASCII and that goal net. Oh, you mean from the Canucks game a few days ago? Oh, Spencer Knight denied. I didn't see who that was. Was that was a stop chuck? Yeah, that Askarov. Oh God, I think the Sharks have they can give Askarov next year, but he's got to step up. He doesn't have to be the number one in terms of like statistics. We don't need a 925 save percentage from him. He doesn't need to be Vezina worthy. He needs to take a step forward though. He's going to be 24 years old. That's when goaltenders start, kind of making that improvement, and then they reach their prime 26, 27. So I want to see that, or else San Jose should move on from him because the way he's mismanaged the puck, the soft goals he's let in. I love the athleticism. He's such a funny guy. Like his teammates love him, really. But he's got a lot of work to be done. All right, Hawks coming the other way. It's the top line for them. Nazer and corralled by Sherwood. Kiefer Sherwood, who is going to be on this team for a number of years, going forward. Ferraro to the net. They score. It deflected off, I think, Hawks defenseman. It might have been Del Mastro. And San Jose gets the early lead. And here we go. Here's a little goal horn for you. They score! They score! All right, so the Sharks jump on this lead. Actually, did Eklund get a piece of that? I'm not really paying attention too much here. So it was Sherwood, Ferraro, and actually that might have been tipped by who was that in front of the net? Is that that's Wenberg. I think that's Wenberg. I don't know. It's a Shark. No, it's actually Ferraro's goal because I guess that deflected off of somebody. Well, anyway, Ferraro, there we go. It was anything but an error, Raro. If a rookie goalie were to win the Calder, it's got to be Wallstedt. I don't know how he's been in the second half. His first half was fantastic, but it's got to be Matthew Schaefer going away. I mean, that guy was incredible for them. Most points by a rookie defenseman or an 18-year-old defenseman ever, something like that. If Mario Ferraro, it's interesting, right? He's 27 years old. He's got lots of good hockey left in him, albeit he does take a beating quite a bit with all the shots he blocks, all the penalty killing. Do the Sharks extend him? I don't know, because the left side of the defense, there is a roadmap for it, much more than the right side. Dmitry Orlov is the only veteran defenseman under contract next year. Let's see if the Hawks can answer back 9 minutes into this period. Bedard from the goal line trying to set up a teammate. So the top line out there for Chicago. Worked around the net. I'm so bad with Chicago's players. Like I only know about like 5 of them, if that, by number. It's going to be a hooking call, though, and the Chicago Blackhawks will go on the man advantage. San Jose's penalty kill, I think, is the 5th worst in the NHL. It's looked pretty bad over the last month or so. But we'll take a commercial break, and we'll be hanging out in the meantime, of course. Which playoff matchup will I don't know if I'm doing anything for the playoffs, honestly. I just not really having time. Plus, yeah. So we'll see. I'm going to be watching the playoffs. I just don't know if I'm going to do anything like that. Which team will I cheer for the playoffs? I mean, it's so funny because I don't necessarily like to cheer for the team that's going to win, but I'm cheering for the Avalanche for Brent Burns. And then I'll cheer for the Hurricanes because I've always liked the Hurricanes. and then I'll cheer for the Sabres because they've been an amazing story. And those are like the 3 division winners. I don't care about the Pacific. I don't want anybody in the Pacific near the Stanley Cup. And then we have the Dallas Stars. I mean, and the Minnesota Wild. Like Minnesota Wild, soft spot for Minnesota sports as a Vikings fan. Dallas, I picked them at the beginning of this year to win the Stanley Cup. So I'm kind of like I'd be cool with them winning. Philadelphia, I'd like that. I'd like that too. Um, yeah. So there are definitely some teams that I could get behind for the postseason. Even if Crosby won another cup, that would be exciting. Let's see here. Pacific is a joke. But then again, don't forget the Golden Knights have been hotter than a fox in a forest fire. It's a little bit of a disturbing image, but that was an ESPN thing. By the way, that goal deflected off of the Hawks defender off the skate. So, but I would be happy, especially for John Tortorella. I do like the guy. I know that obviously he's one of the more abrasive coaches we've seen in all of sports. I would still be happy for Tomas Hertl, but uh, we need to see something different in the NHL this year. No Florida teams in the Stanley Cup final this year. Let's have something different. Shake it up. No more Edmonton not going back. Let's get I don't know, Senators against Mammoth. Let's go. Coaching change is working. Oh, overnight, man. I mean, they didn't even need him behind the bench. It's almost like they could have said, "All right, Cassidy, you're gone. Players will take care of it. Take care of it themselves." And I'm sure they would have probably had a good result from that. Torts is good in the short term, not the long term. Agreed. All right, Sharks coming in again. Bobbling puck here for Wenberg. Trying to center it. It's Ferraro again, and it goes over the net. And by the way, Chicago power play. All right, here comes Nazar. Bertuzzi at the top of the zone. Frundell, who, dude, I think that guy's going to be scary. Not to mention his defensive capabilities are very impressive for a player his age. All right. Sherwood almost came up with that in the Blackhawks zone. Now on the wing, here comes Slaggert. Is that? Oh, in front, and just a pass that went on the wrong side of the shooter. Otherwise, that could have been a tap in goal. So Chicago regrouping about 35 seconds here on the power play. Onto the wing, Slaggert, high slot. Eklund got a piece of that, and that barely comes out of the zone. And the Sharks can chew up a little bit more time here as Mukhamadullin slaps it around the net. Ooh, excuse me. Whoa, carbonation. I hope we beat them Penguins. I despise everything about them. I love watching the Flyers social media right now because all of it is just Penguins hate. Gritty, admin, everything. It's been fun looking at the admin posts, Flyers, and especially for the Sabres as they ripped Ryan Whitney a new one. Dumped in by Chicago. 8:15 left in the period as the Sharks not really threatened too much on that Blackhawks power play, with the exception of that one little opportunity they couldn't quite convert on. I will be rooting for Philly against the Penguins, but I want a close series above and beyond that. Celebrini looking in front for Chernyshov. Nice deflection by Kaiser. And Bertuzzi intercepting in front of the crease. He'll skate it in. Cagnoni able to move it up the wall. Nice play by Cagnoni. I liked the Jason Demers breakdown on X yesterday. Jason Demers, former Shark. Looked like an illegal screen. Sharks with a chance behind the net, and I don't know why. Who was that? Misa? I don't know why he didn't shoot that. Misa only has, I think, like 50 shots on goal this year, and Cagnoni hit the post. Oh my God, Canioni coming alive here on this shift. I was unsure about the Tocchet hiring, but he's won you over. I mean, he makes a pretty strong impact when he first comes over to teams. I've seen that with Vancouver and to some degree with the Coyotes as well. I think they won the play-in series in 2020 with him behind the bench there, and not a whole lot of star talent. Clayton Keller was really young back then. Really crisp period so far from San Jose. And Chicago doesn't even have a shot right now. We're down to 6:30 left here in the period, and shots are 4-0 Sharks. Nice job by Eklund with a little physicality at the top of the defensive zone. And turned over by Sherwood, and Donato nearly a chance, but Askarov, still in his crease, mind you, was able to paddle that away. God, the misadventures of Yaroslav Askarov playing the puck. And Sharks unable to keep the puck at the blue line. Puck bobbles all the way down behind the net. Cagnoni for the Sharks. Luca Cagnoni. And Eklund, a nice little shake and bake move. Oh, make that two of them. Into the zone, onto the wing for Sherwood. Eklund. He was looking for Wenberg. Funneled back to the point, fortunately. Couple Sharks behind the net. Sherwood and Eklund trying to dig this away from Sam Renzel, another young Blackhawks defenseman. And Bedard will skate the other way. Going against Desharnais. That's quite a size difference there. Wenberg and Gaudette trying to punch that forward. Nice play by Wenberg to keep that alive in the offensive zone. Here comes Gaudette, former Hawk Adam Gaudette, who has 17 goals, and he's been playing a lot of fourth line recently. Unfortunately, I think that he doesn't really fit in that well on the fourth line. I think he's a good third line guy, and who knows? Maybe the Sharks will actually be able to get some trade value, because I wouldn't mind him staying on the team. It's just that I think that we have enough players who do kind of the same thing that he does. Sell high when you can, right? Are we getting Kings and Oilers in the first round? That would be, I don't know. I would just root for the Kings to win that for a couple reasons. One, Sharks have the Oilers draft pick, and two, I'm strangely not that upset if the Kings go on a run, because I would be really happy for Kopitar. He's one of the great gentlemen of this game, and you are the great gentlemen and ladies of hockey YouTube. I don't know. All right, we just got to a commercial break. Still 1-0. Still trying to figure out how he loses his pad while I know. I was like, I don't think I've ever seen this before. And then Randy Hahn said the same thing. Hahn Cortana. All right. Let's see here. So we could get what? Kings could end up playing the Avalanche. Who else could they end up playing? Could the Kings play the Ducks? No, it's pretty unlikely, I think, right? Now, for those of age, has anybody ever had a barley wine before? It's a very interesting name for a beer. It's kind of like a hodgepodge of different batches that have been combined together, and they ferment a lot longer. So beers of this type are typically somewhere between like 9 to 13, 14%. I found this in Montana for it was like a 6-pack for $9, which you don't really find too much of those deals these days. Oilers can still play the Avalanche. Actually, yeah, I should be rooting for that, frankly. Kings can play Ducks. Yeah, if we could get Mammoth Knights, Oilers Avalanche, and go Avs, crush them. And then we can get Kings and Ducks. I would be all for that. Because like Kings and Ducks, it's like I can hate watch that, but also it's like, all right, I would love to see Kopitar win another series to finish his career. Or, I mean, hey, Kings haven't won since the last series they won was the 14 Cup. or I can watch the Ducks beat them, and that's the lesser of two evils. And I like watching the Ducks play. Like Leo Carlson's going to be a problem for Pacific Division opponents. Hawks with a 2-on-1. Askarov kicks out that bid by Andre Burakovsky. First shot on goal, I believe, for Chicago. Celebrini backhands it off to Mukhamadullin. Hands it off to Will Smith. Looking to center it for Chernyshov, but he's met by a sea of red jerseys. Back in the corner where he's got Smitty to Macklin. A stick save by Knight. And Will Smith, a nifty backhander to absolutely nobody. Here comes Burakovsky the other way. He's got a beat on Orlov. He comes in, he shoots. And Askarov able to get the pad down. And it's going to be a penalty shot to Chicago. I don't think I've seen a penalty shot all year. 3:38 left here in the period. Or is Mikheyev, excuse me. I see 95, I think, of Burakovsky. Because I think he wore that with the Avalanche, right? But yeah, Orlov's going to get a hook. I'm kind of surprised they called that a penalty shot. I haven't seen that called that way this year, but hey, let's have a little excitement. Why not? Tiago gifting a Twisted Wrister membership. Thank you so much, Tiago. We'll give Cortana a treat for that as well, because that is a donation for the channel, but really that's going to go to Jose. But first, let's take a look at Ilya Mikheyev skating in against Askarov. He comes in, he shoots, and a pad save. Covering up the 5-hole is Askarov. And let's go. Cortana, come here. Obrigado, Tiago. I appreciate that. Oh, what a good girl. Nice save there. So an interesting series of events, and I get scared when our goaltender doesn't get tested a little bit, but a couple of nifty saves by Askarov late in this period. 3:38 remaining, and now Sharks are going to have to win this in their own zone, and they do. Sam Dickinson along the wall, and a nice job by Toffoli anticipating that high in the neutral zone to at least get that puck deep, but. We're going to have a bobbling puck here, scooped up by Slygert. Oh, nifty backhander through the legs of Toffoli. A chance in front, and that could have been a goal. That should have been a goal for Chicago. Another shot from the point. Askarov, he lost track of it, but he made the save. Blackhawks still working here, but they can't quite hold the zone. So Chicago is trying to punch back a little bit now, as they've upped their shots from 0 to 3. Unfortunately, due to financial constraints, I'm unable to donate. You're good. I think you've mentioned that before. That's totally fine. Just yes, I appreciate you thinking about my friend Jose. Yeah, so Jose and I go back about a decade ago. So when I was, about 25, I founded a meetup group in the Bay Area around San Jose. It was called South Bay Button Mashers, and the idea behind it was that I wanted to make more friends who enjoyed playing video games. That's how my friends and I used to spend our weekends in middle school and high school, and so everybody was pretty much a stranger to me, and I just met some amazing friends who I still have today. And Jose was one of them. And we would, have all these meetups at people's houses, and it would be like a potluck. They would bring food, and depending on the event, they would bring drinks. And we would even do this kind of thing in public at conventions, and we'd have tournaments, and we'd raise money for charity and that sort of thing too. So Jose was a huge part of it. Anytime I needed help with anything, setup, tear down, working the events at weird hours, Jose was the first person to make himself available. Just never said no to anything. He was such a big help as we built that club up to 1,000 registered members. So I just want to let you guys know who you're helping out with your donations and with your thoughts, because I like I said, I made great friends who will last a lifetime for me. Actually, my first friend from that club was the first person who came to my house, first event that we had, and now he's officiating my wedding in October, so that gives you an idea of the kind of people they are. Uh, all right, well, anyway, name a place, in Minecraft? Okay, yeah. How about, like, something well, his name's Jose, his last name is Chavez. Anyway, are we gonna go to one more commercial break? Yeah, 1:11 left, and, I guess we never went to a commercial because of a penalty shot or something. So anyway, that's my buddy Jose, and I got to take him to a playoff game for the first time, last time we were in the playoffs, so 2019. Bayonetta 3. I'm playing more games these days. I have never actually played a Bayonetta game. I've only heard awesome things about it, though. What have I been playing? I've been playing, Diablo 4. I mean, I don't even have any of the current systems. I have, like Xbox One and PS4. So, but Diablo 4 actually is pretty fun on that. We got Habs Absolutely Hockey. Thanks for joining us here, and I'm sure you're fired up about these playoffs. And it's amazing just how quickly the Habs have progressed. They're a really fun team to watch. Uh, I mean, I'm a little bit surprised that we got both games off the Habs this year, but those games were both really fun to watch. Good Charlotte and Avenged Sevenfold are playing in Tampa in August. Nice. Wow, that's a flashback. Good Charlotte. I was actually listening to their first album a few days ago. Definitely has a special place in my heart. Although Sum 41, me and Mrs. Twister love Sum 41. That's our band. Wish us luck against Tampa. I'll be pulling for you guys against Tampa, just like 2021. So go get them. Nick Suzuki, he's got to be maybe a top 5 Hart Trophy finalist this year. He lost a close friend to cancer just 2 years ago. It still hurts today. Yeah. Can we believe that Cole Caulfield was left off the Olympic team? Really? Yeah. He might win the Rocket Richard. We got BT joining us. Hey, what's up? Go Wild. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I kind of remember you being a Wild fan. Beat the Stars. Uh, I'm gonna be happy for either team or any of those top 3 teams. I'm gonna be kind of rooting for them out of the Western Conference, or even the Mammoth for that matter. Uh, but yeah, good luck against the Stars. I'd love to see you guys, win your first playoff series. Or if Dallas wins, I picked them to win the cup this year, so I'm kind of curious to see what they can do this year. But also, I want the Avalanche for Brent Burns, so that's who I'm really pulling for. But Minnesota sports, we know long overdue. Um, Caulfield's not winning the Rocket Richard. He's at 52. McKinnon's at 53, and Caulfield has no games left. Oh, okay. Still, that's a remarkable year for him. Here come the Sharks. By the way, Sharks are on the power play. I did not know this. Celebrini, oh, he just fired one wide of Will Smith. Cagnoni at the point. Handing off to Wenberg, by the way, just final seconds of the period. Macklin working the point again. Back to Wenberg, Cagnoni to Celebrini, and a nice read there by Vlasic. Not a Shark, by the way. And we wind down with the first period as the Sharks have a 1-0 lead on a goal by Mario Ferraro, unrestricted free agent to be Mario Ferraro. Have I seen the Zamoth? Yeah. That's pretty fun. I don't think I've ever seen a Zamboni that fits that many people. So yeah, we'll be just kind of chilling during intermission. I don't have trivia or anything like that. I have beer. But I suppose, my friends, that we can take a look at what's happening around the NHL. Not that a lot of games matter right now. Wait, we got Cortana here too. Here, that's something we can do during intermission. Look at this cute pup. If you're enjoying the stream, leave a like, but don't do it for me. Do it for my baby girl here. There we go. Good girl. Is Ferraro coming back to the Sharks? Yeah, that's a great question. Because I kind of think about how the Sharks extended Alex Wenberg 3 years, $5 million per year. That's a really good deal, by the way. Then they got Kiefer Sherwood and extended him 5 years. He's 31 years old, at about $6 million. I know the Sharks cap have salary cap, but the thing is that when you look at the left side of the defense, they have personnel there. However, Ferraro is such a huge piece of that locker room that I would think that Greer's probably going to find a way to make that work. Um, Dmitry Orlov plays the left side. He's there for one more year. Mukama Dulin, I'm not sure what the Sharks are going to do with him, frankly, because there have been a lot of games where he's been scratched. He's had injury trouble. Canyoni, he is just kind of breaking in. I think this is his eighth game of his young career. He's only 21. And Dickinson, you also have him on the left side. So it would behoove the Sharks to maybe have one more veteran option there, albeit I just I think they'll probably find a way to make it work. Ferraro's just too important to that environment for these players. He's somebody who lays it out all on the line, and he really wants to make the playoffs. And I'm sure that he wouldn't want to jump ship to play for somebody else because he probably believes that this team can make a push for it next year. I mean, that's a great topic. Kiefer is a sick name. I don't know any other Kiefers besides Kiefer Sutherland, of course. Sharks had a good year. You guys almost made the playoffs and were in playoff conversations. Yeah, great future. Yeah, again, I think that there's still a lot of work to be done defensively, and I'm not sold on Askarov, to be honest with you. But I mean, next year you get the sophomore year for Michael Misa. I think Sam Dickinson, once he gets a little bit of puck luck, I think he's had bad puck luck. That guy's going to start really showing a lot more confidence offensively. I know he has it in him. Uh, and if Askarov can be can improve, I think that this team could be back in the postseason. Kiefer Bellows. Oh yeah, that's right. That's a name I haven't heard in forever. Anyway, let's take a look at what's happening around the NHL. Hey, all right. Misa barely played this year, only 40 something games. Yeah, yeah. Well, a lot of that was actually probably I would say that he was only probably held out of like 4 games at the most. He was injured a lot during the season. I think he missed at least 2 months. So that's why he only played in as many games as he did. And you also have to consider that you've got Celebrini, first line center, Wenberg, and Wenberg almost had a career year for San Jose. So Misa only got so many chances this year, but he's shown he's more than capable, really good hockey sense. I think that he's going to get even more confident with how he uses his body out there. You see some of that. I think that he needs to shoot more, definitely. But yeah, he gives that center versatility between him, Macklin, and Wenberg. I think it's great. Really, it is. 7-1 Florida beating Detroit. Would the Red Wings consider making a coaching change in the offseason? I don't know. I don't want to say this is all on Todd McClellan, but I'm dumbfounded as to how the Red Wings were such a good team for the first half of the year and just fell off a freaking cliff. Stars and Sabres, 2 Stanley Cup hopefuls. Ritzkovian, 14 goals for Dallas. Tuck has, holy shit, Alex Tuck has 33 goals. Wow. That's a Lindell, Zach Benson. It's crazy because, like, I forget just how many different young weapons are on the Sabres. Josh Norris, Maverick Bork, who had a hat trick in his previous game. We got Rangers 4-2 over Tampa Bay. Yeah, the Lightning are just resting up for the playoffs. The warm Corey Perry, 17 goals as a 40-year-old. Hey, it's not Ovechkin, but you'll take it, right? You think that Hughes would be in the Norris conversation in a full year with Minnesota? Uh, I mean, I can think of 2 or 3 defensemen who are probably who would probably still finish ahead of him, but not by very much. You have a cat named Zelda? That's pretty great. I like Will Smith wanted the Habs to draft him in 2023, but we took him just before your pick. That's when you guys got what, Reinbacher? Is that right? Smith, I think he needs to show that he can do more without the puck, but I I kind of mentioned this toward the beginning of the stream. I'm starting to kind of see that with him. So I have faith he'll be able to round out his game some more next year. But yeah, I think Montreal, do they have a chance against the Lightning? I think they do. I think they have enough firepower to go against the Tampa defense. Vasilevsky, he can get got in the postseason, even though Habs fans might not necessarily remember that. But uh, I think that should be a fairly competitive series. I can't imagine Tampa Bay being able to take that in 5 or 4 games. Won't be able to make it to the end of the live. Hey, that's all good, man. Your mom had cancer 2 times. All right, man. Well, I really do appreciate that because it's just crazy how cancer, it has an effect on everybody. In that, yeah, just people who are close to you. You got to be. Oh, whoa, 10 memberships from Tiago, dude. I'm taking a chug on that one. That's a chug when you're as old as I am. Dude, Cortana, come over here. Wait, Cortana, get some treats. There we go. Let's get Cortana a little bit more front and center here for these treats. 10 memberships. That's incredible. I better get my button gear and sign up for some member live streams for the playoffs, guys. When this is happening, so that's right there. That's about $30 US for Jose, for my friend. Cortana is so cute. Can you believe she's 12 years old? She's 12. And what were we doing before this? We were outside playing frisbee. Now Cortana, she had, so it's crazy because in 2023, Cortana tore her ACL in her right knee, right hind knee. The next year, or 2 years later, she tore it in her left hind knee. And you guys helped me raise $6,000 to pay for her surgery and x-rays and follow-up care. Incredible. When I was looking for work, I had no income besides like a little bit from YouTube. So that was amazing. And then this year, about 5 weeks ago, she did something to her right hind leg. That was the leg that she injured 3 years ago. So I don't know what's going on there, but I'm taking her in for physical therapy tomorrow to get an evaluation. But I mean, her energy, like, it's still there with her. If we can get her quality of life a little bit better with the way her hips are right now, she could certainly be chugging along for another couple of years. But I mean, even for a 12-year-old, she's doing really well. We got Tommy Boy hanging out. Hey, what's going on? What's the life expectancy of her breed? Well, she's such a mutt that I can't really truly gauge that. BT, new member, right on. Oh, did you just join? So did you just sign up or did you claim the membership? Either way, we're giving Cortana a treat for that. We're going to treat it like a donation. Cortana, treat. Hey. So she's part Walker Coonhound, which average life expectancy is like 12 or 13 years. Of course, you can take even better care and they can live longer, but something like that. And then she's McNabb Shepherd, which not the most you joined. Okay, cool. I appreciate that. She's part McNabb Shepherd. Those can live to be, up to 16 or so years old. She's part German Shepherd. Same thing. I've seen some German Shepherds live to be 15 years old. So at 12 right now, if we're able to kind of make things a little bit easier for her hind legs and her hips, I mean, before the injury she had last year, so this is like 2024, she's like 10 years old, right? Actually, she tore that the second ACL that she tore was the day after her 11th birthday. And I mean, this crazy pup here was still catching frisbees out of the air. I mean, in hindsight, I might have pushed her too far, but she just loved it so much. So I couldn't, I couldn't deny her from that. But then sure enough, we're playing outside for like half an hour, and she's just going ham for it. And I say, you know what? I should probably take her inside at some point. She's gotten a lot of exercise. This is probably enough. And I'm like, oh, I'll give her one more, And I throw it, and she comes down awkwardly, and sure enough, that's what happened. But you know, that aside, I think that Corton has been healthier than I imagined at this point in her life. So anyway, the channel's mascot will keep going strong for us here, and hopefully Cortana can maybe see the San Jose Sharks do some damage in the playoffs, because it's been so long, girl. You were, God, what, about 4 years old the last time they were in the postseason. Favorite Mighty Ducks character? I don't know, man. I might have to give it up to Russ for Knuckle Puck, man. I might have to go with Russ. Anyway, we were looking at some scores. Panthers now up 8-1 on the Red Wings. Holy sh! Averman's pretty fun too. Okay, Hinestroza Cunnin, former Shark Luke Cunnin. AJ Greer has 17 goals for the really. That's like as many goals as he's ever scored in his whole career. Mike Benning, not to be confused with former Shark Matt Benning. Mike Benning has 2 goals. I've never even heard of this guy. Justin Falk. That first round pick was really worth it, eh? 16th goal of the year. That's still pretty damn good for that point in his career. Cole Schwint, Cole Reinhardt. Who are these guys for Florida? I have no idea. Cunnin, a 2-goal game for Luke Cunnin. That's probably the first time that's ever happened. Senators are just scorching hot going into the playoffs. I like the Hurricanes. I think Ottawa might beat them, frankly. They've got plenty of weapons, and someone was saying earlier, Ottawa plays physical, like they'll play rough, and I've seen it before too. That's kind of an under the radar sort of facet of their game. Luke Cunnin, former Minnesota Wild great. Yep, and Nashville Predator. But yep, just 1 goal here in this game, off the stick of Mario Ferraro and off the skate of who is that? Ethan Del Mastro, I believe. Which teams will bounce back next year to make the playoffs? I mean, I think it's too early to decide, because I have to look at what happens in free agency. I know that the free agency class isn't so great, but I don't know. Let's see here. Can the Panthers bounce back? It's hard to say any team in the Atlantic will bounce back, because that division is just so competitive. So I can't confidently say it'll be the Panthers. I mean, they got to figure out what they're doing with their goaltending. It wouldn't be so bad to have Spencer Knight right now, would it? Um, I think that you could see a team like, I'm keen to see what the Islanders do next year, because I don't necessarily think that the Penguins, they did have a couple of young guys play a decent role in that team this year, but you know, and they won't have Malkin next year. That'll be interesting. But like, I could see maybe the Islanders getting it together under Peter DeBoer for a full year. How are the Sharks doing? They look pretty sharp. The Cubs game is over. Oh, that's right. I forgot. You're a Cubs fan. Hold on one second. There we go. We've got oh god, Jelly Ellie. Right on. Not to be confused with Jelly Belly, which was a song by Chicago band Smashing Pumpkins. Ah, there we go. There we go. Now we're flashing it back to pre-Twisted Wrister 2010, living in Chicago when the Blackhawks swept my Sharks. Thank you. Come on, Sharkies, win this one for us, Florida fan. Oh, right on. Are you coming over from Flying Fluffy? NHL coaches are hired to be fired. I think just about every league it's like that now. NFL, oh, that's pretty bad too. But yeah, I've been to a lot of games at Wrigley Field, and I don't know. There's just something fun about wearing this Cubs hat. Uh, Easier to fire the coach than fire the team. Yep, yep. What a fantastic hat. Yep. And backwards. I think it works backwards. There we go. That's all right too. But I got to put it forward, otherwise you might think it's a Frogger's cap. So we'll put her forward for this period. But Wrigley Field, man, a day game at Wrigley Field, that is probably the best experience in baseball. Fenway, of course, say what you will about that. I've never been to Camden Yards, but I'd like to see that one day. A day game at Oracle Park in San Francisco is also pretty unmatched. Wait, so Jelly Ellie, are you pissed that the Panthers are winning because it hurts their draft position? Is that what I'm figuring out here? Cole Schwint and Cole Reinhardt were on Vegas. I had no idea. Oh yeah, Schwint, I kind of remember. Reinhardt was this year, but they were put on waivers and Florida snagged them. They're having the game of their lives today. Night game at Target Field is sick. I want to say I've been to a night game because I went and saw a friend in Minneapolis, and we went to what I think two Twins games, or did we just go to one? Maybe we went to two. Um, One of them might, yeah, one of them I think was at night. I remember, of course, that was a long time ago, but I loved going to Target Field. I know, yeah, like the Vikings thought on the Kyler Murray signing. You know, it's such a low hanging fruit. I can understand why they did that. Really, I don't know if that's going to be a great marriage between him and what O'Connell does with his offense. I think that them hiring another like run game coordinator was a good idea. I think they need to run the football more. But I mean, JJ, I don't want the Vikings giving up on him because it's not like his trade value is going to be all that great. JJ, he did some really cool. He did some really good things at times. I understand he was a disaster for a lot of the season, but you also got to remember like by not staying healthy, it's hard to be able to string together consistent starts. So I still have faith JJ can be something for the Vikings, but in the meantime, let it ride with Kyler. That's okay. So yeah, we got just a little bit more power play time here for the Sharks. And yeah, I mean JJ, it's not like JJ came into the NFL as a 24-year-old and is 25 or 26 going into next year. The dude's only 23. Here comes Macklin, by the way, on the power play. Out to the point. He's got Cagnoni, Luca, che bella. And then we've got Celebrini, a little shake and bake, working it around the horn. The Sharks are. Celebrini loses this puck. It's along the boards here. Hawks trying to clear. Nice, nifty play by Cagnoni. Smith, he's got it in front and he scores. Tyler Toffoli, his 20th of the year. Thank freaking God. We're paying him $6 million a year. So he's got to be doing something like that on a more consistent basis. And on the power play, the San Jose Sharks get a goal, and we'll give Cortana a treat. And we'll also do a little bit of this too. Treat. There we go. Good girl. All right. So 2-0. Great move by Toffoli, dragging that puck along the crease and burying it past Spencer Knight to put the Sharks on top 2-0. Oh, but the Hawks are challenging. I must be a little bit behind on my stream. Let's take a look at this. So they were challenging for offside. Oh, that's probably gonna be called back. Oh god, that's I hope the NHL changes their offside review policy. They're gonna get it correct here. That's fine, but ah, I'm gonna change it back to 1-0. I think that's gonna be overturned. It is very close, but I think it's pretty clear. We got Alex joining us, by the way. Thank you, Alex, for joining. Um, Your best friend looks like JJ? Really? Yeah, that was a quick review. I think that's gonna be overturned. Yeah, no goal. No goal. All good. At least the power play, I still gotta give them kudos, a moral victory, if you will, for that. Uh, why people hate the offside challenge, like, do you want the call to be correct or not? No, because I just don't wanna take away from the flow of the game, you know? But it's such a small, just like that much offside, and the play, that zone entry happened like 30 seconds before the goal, so it wasn't. It's not like the offside had any impact on the goal. I don't think. But anyway, the Sharks will still have a little bit of power play time. So the second unit is out there for the Sharks. Here comes William Eklund. Wow, nice move between a couple defenders. Steered around for Misa. Looking for Chernyshov, and Chicago is able to get the clear. And I don't know what Orlov was doing there. Renzel, he's going to get stripped here by Misa. Nice play by Michael Misa. Uh, do I think that Macklin will surpass Jumbo Joe as the number one Shark to reach more than 100 points in a season by a teenager? Wait, I can't remember. Did he? He didn't have a point on the first goal. I mean, even if he doesn't, I think Misa's already showing that. Or not Misa. I think Macklin's already showing that he does something that I've never seen from a San Jose Shark. Frankly, Jumbo Joe is a legend. He's a Hall of Famer. He had his number retired. He was captain. All that good stuff. But n- the way that Macklin takes over a game is terrifying for opponents. That Anaheim game 2 weeks ago is the best I've ever seen him, and it's with his shot, it's with his motor, his compete. He doesn't play nasty per se, but he gets feisty at times. It's his relentlessness. I mean, he is just a different breed of hockey player for this franchise. Samantha, what's going on? Good to see you here. Yeah, and Jumbo Joe, when he won the Hart Trophy for San Jose after being traded over from the Bruins, he was already 26 years old. So I mean, that guy was in his prime. Just chilling. Thought Red Wings would make the playoffs. Guilty as well. This collapse. Yeah, I heard about that. That the Wings booed them off the ice as the team was like trying to like salute the crowd. We've got $5 going to my friend Jose from What's Cracking. I appreciate that, Crackalackin. Gotta make sure I don't say just what's cracking because we would think you're a Seattle fan. Let's give Cortana a treat on your behalf. That's $5 to my friend Jose, who is battling stomach cancer. For anybody who doesn't know, my friend Jose had a heart attack at the end of 2024, and he's being treated right now for stomach cancer. I would appreciate any support that you can show if possible. I have a link to his GoFundMe in the pin chat and also in the stream description. So help Jose. He's a Sharks fan, and he's a friend of mine. Above that, that's the most important thing here. That my buddy gets what he needs to overcome this. Because, I mean, just trying to cobble together the medical expenses for cancer treatment, I can never imagine what that's going to cost. We have really good treatment resources in the Bay Area for cancer patients. I know that Stanford Medical Center is among the top facilities in the whole country. We want to make sure that Jose can get the quality care that he needs. So thank you so much to What's Crackalackin'. From a Flyers fan, no one expected us to make the playoffs. I know. I thought I was being bold by predicting that you guys would finish ahead of the Penguins and the Islanders in your division. But what a great season. I remember watching them early, I think against my Sharks. It was a really fun brand of hockey to watch. And I'm pulling for you guys in the first round. And who knows, maybe a little bit beyond that too. Mayo Clinic in Rochester. Yeah, yeah. Mayo Clinic, of course, one of the uh, major employers for all I know in Minnesota. Can you see the jersey? Yeah, yeah. Here you go. Got the original Sharks teal when they used to have a little bit of gray in the uniform. Gordie Howe wore this jersey when the Sharks were promoting their merchandise. We got Great Voltage, a Senators fan. We don't have too many of them joining us here, but I'm appreciating seeing that because Ottawa is going to be an interesting team in the playoffs. Even as somebody who likes the Hurricanes, I think I kind of like what the Senators are doing right now. I think they could pull the upset. Dinner tonight? I don't know. I'm gonna wait until after this stream and a good defensive play there. Was that Cagnoni or was that was probably Eklund there? So still just 1-0 on the goal from Mario Ferraro in the first period. And Askarov able to easily see that puck off the stick of I couldn't see who it was for Chicago. Might have been, I don't know if it was Kaiser, but nice job by Cagnoni. He was blocking out the guy in front of the net there. That was a really good play. Cagnoni's not a big defenseman at all. Will the Sharks be in the playoffs next year? I gotta see an improvement from the defense. I gotta see an improvement for Yaroslav Askarov. Because otherwise, I would say probably not. Because the West was so weak this year. I got to think that that was a little bit of an anomaly, and that they'll have to be better next year if they want to make the postseason. So I'm going to say no, but we'll see what they do with free agency, with the draft. They have the assets if they want to trade up in the draft. They have 2 first round picks. Don't forget they have the Oilers pick. Askarov saving that shot from the point. Um, and also when we look at the Sharks next year, the guy to keep an eye on, Cagnoni's having a really good game here. He played very well against the Predators. So Luca Cagnoni, 21-year-old who has been playing the last 2 years with the Barracuda, and then you have Eric Polkamp. Eric Polkamp, right shot defenseman, only 5'11, but 210 pounds, was the offensive defenseman of the year in college hockey, won the national championship with Denver, and I think he was a Hobie Baker Trophy finalist. He was a 5th-round pick back in, I think, 2023. So keep your eye on that guy because he could be a game changer for the Sharks. If not next season, that would be a lot of pressure to put on him. Certainly somebody who should be competing for a roster spot, though. The right side of the Sharks defense is weak. The central carry. You know what the funny thing was though is that the Sharks, they were really bad against their own division. They were just 10, 12, and 4 against the Pacific. And you go back to those first 2 games of the year. They blew a 3-0 lead against the Golden Knights and lost in overtime. They blew a multi-goal lead against the Ducks in the third period the next game. You get those 2 wins, and who knows? Maybe you're still battling for a playoff spot. The Sharks were actually the best against the Central this year. Coming into this game, they were 12, 8, and 2, getting PG-13 earmuffs. They won all 3 games against the Wild, albeit those were all not regulation wins. Is Macklin a top 10 Shark of all time already? I mean, the talent's right there, right? I think we have to wait to see what he, give him like 3, maybe 4 years, and then I'll say, yeah, of course he's right there. But like as I mentioned a few minutes ago, he's doing things that I've never seen a Shark do before. I've never been this blown away by somebody in teal. We got Midnight Solar joining us here. I hope you're looking forward to the postseason, despite the Blue Jackets not being in it. Bedard's going to the box. Oh yeah, the Sharks are on the power play. Your questions are so good that I totally missed that. So here's Chernyshov around the horn. It goes for Sherwood. A shot from fake pass Orlov looking in front, and is that in the net? That is, and that looks like it's gonna be Michael Misa's goal. So the Sharks make it 2-0 unless the Hawks want to challenge. But in the meantime, so that is Michael Misa's goal, and great to see Misa getting on the board here late in the season. Just hasn't had a lot of opportunities so far, but yeah, they're saying they think it's Misa's goal. I mean, the team was celebrating with him at the center of it. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, it's Misa's goal. Misa's goal, not Chernyshov. What active or Hall of Fame player would I compare Celebrini to? What about McKenna and Stenberg? I haven't watched enough of I usually don't really watch like prospect footage or anything like that, so I can't say I don't think it would be fair for me to say that. But who is Macklin Celebrini like? I mean, he's got look. He's the guy's not a Hall of Famer yet, but he's got a little bit of that McKinnon motor to him, a little bit. Just trying to think of a center who has kind of that speed and of a winger. I don't know if that makes sense because Macklin's not a big guy. Sharks have it with the fourth line out there right now, and Blackhawks getting the clear, but Muka Madulin will be able to regroup with his teammates. Yeah, it's gonna be Misa's goal. Our coach ripped the team too. I saw that. Misa looks nonchalant for scoring a goal, and you like to see that, right? But keep in mind, this game doesn't quote unquote mean anything, right? I'm miserable with the Canucks season. It's a hot mess. Fair. At least you guys have been winning a couple games to close things out. And you have young talents to work with for the foreseeable future. But I mean, we were in this position, same position as you about 4 years ago, right? When we started trading away guys like Brent Burns, Timo Meyer, Tomas Hurdle, right? So I feel for you guys. Love the Canucks fans on YouTube. So I'm hoping that you guys have a roadmap to properly rebuild, or at least properly build around some of the young talent that you have now on this team as a result of the Quinn trade. We reach a commercial break, by the way. So 2-0 Sharks. Canucks guaranteed a top 3 pick. That's true. That's good. And good chance they will draft a hometown kid, right? Devils fan, I'm praying for the Sharks to win out in the season because it moves you up in the lottery. That's true. Yeah. I mean, it's like I enjoy watching the Sharks win, but I'm like, I know we could be drafting as high as 7th if we lost today and tomorrow. But look, I've been rooting for this team to tank enough for the past 4 years or so, 5 years. I'm like, look, we've already got the Oilers first round pick. Hopefully they lose in the first round of the playoffs, and so we could have that pick be outside of 21st or better, uh, and then trade up, right? Bundle the Sharks. Let's say we pick 11th. We got the 21st pick, and then you bundle that probably with a prospect, even somebody like Quentin Musty. You get moved up to, let's say, third overall, maybe second, and you take Keaton Verhoff. That's the best case scenario for San Jose at this point, most likely. Uh, Bienvenido Lautaro, thank you for joining us here. Am I in Idaho? That's right. Yeah, but I'm very close to the Canada border, about 2 hours away. Nope, just second period right now. How will Sanderson do in the playoffs? I was actually in very close to Sanderson's hometown just a couple weeks ago, Whitefish, Montana. Going up against the Hurricanes. Are the Hurricanes really a heavy shot blocking team? I don't think so, but they always have a good penalty kill, right? So he's going to have to be able to throw some pucks toward the net at even strength. But I think I really do think that the Senators are going to be a challenge in the first round that the Hurricanes haven't had in a while. Will I stream during the playoffs? I haven't decided yet, but maybe. Not like every day though. Canioni onto the wing, chance in front, and nice read there by Kaiser. Second line out there for the Sharks right now, and coughed up, but stolen back by Eklund. And Kaiser will skate this out of his zone. Uh, yeah, it's great having you here, Lautaro. And oh yeah, that's right. The Blackhawks are your team, right? Well, oh, guess the jersey videos. That's been forever. Probably not. I really haven't done anything on YouTube the past 3 months. I've been prioritizing something else outside of this. So, of course, with the playoffs, though, I am excited. So maybe I'll get on the mic again with you guys pretty soon here. The first round is so fun, right? And what do we have? Offside for the Sharks? No, no. Actually, the Hawks are going to take a penalty. I didn't see what happened, but the Sharks will go back on the power play. So to the box goes Ryan Donato, former San Jose Shark, and known Shark killer Ryan Donato. It seems like he's got like 16 points in like 9 games against San Jose. Give back to the uh, give the back-to-back champions a turn for once to win the lottery. Man, the NHL would the hockey community would lose their shit if the Panthers got the first overall pick. I was at the Kobe or wish Kobe a good retirement. Yeah. And even as a Sharks fan, there might be a scenario where I'm actually rooting for the Kings to win in the first round, especially if they have to play the Oilers. I will be well, I only have one Kings jersey, but I will be definitely sporting that for those matchups because we have Edmonton's first pick. And Kopitar, one of the great gentlemen of this game. So I would be happy to see him, get a series win because it really has been a long time for LA in that sense. Been a subscriber for 6 years. Isn't it crazy? We've been on YouTube for 8 years now. A couple of playoff streams would be pretty awesome if I can find some time for it. I might have to do some for the members too, or even for Discord for that matter. You guys are having such a good time in Discord. I wouldn't want to just completely ignore that. Oh, and then off the post by Chernyshov. Oh, he had a yawning cage. Knight was down and out. Let's see if the Sharks can capitalize here, though. And a shot that goes out of play with 10:51. Who do I want in the Stanley Cup? I guess what, Samantha? This is the year I want the Avalanche, and that's for Brent Burns. That's the number one team I'm cheering for in the playoffs. Hurricanes and Sabres are right there for me too. So I'm actually cheering for a couple of the heavy hitters this season. I'm nervous and not looking forward to playing the Stars again. We need a good run. I mean, it's a tough year for you guys, but yeah, you need something, some sort of result after making that huge trade earlier this year, right? I think that's a very fair assessment. How old is Cortana? She is 12 now. Crazy that both the President's Trophy winners and back-to-back Cup champions both missed the playoffs the following year. Yeah, I didn't know it was. Wait, so of course the Panthers, the Jets, and who's the other team that had won the President's Trophy? Oh, the Rangers. That is something else, eh? And here come the Sharks into the zone. Wenberg skating in all alone, takes it to the net, and I don't know why he didn't shoot that there, but Kaiser gave him a shove. Nothing wrong with that, but here comes Wenberg feeding it back to the point. Macklin at the point. I don't think he has a point just yet. Smith, Canioni at the point. Man, this is so much youth on the ice for the Sharks right now. Canioni down for Celebrini in front. Kind of telegraphed that pass a little bit. Back to 5-on-5, though. And Macklin's going to have to hurry on this back check. Here comes Donato out of the box. Skating in against Askarov and poke check by Askarov, but a penalty committed, I believe, by Canioni. So the Hawks are going to go on the man advantage. So we're gonna get a commercial break, and when we come back, the Hawks will be on the power play. Robbie, what's going on? Go Sharks, go! I mean, well, I guess I wish you could be saying that next week in the postseason, but yeah, kind of a disappointing year for your team and a bittersweet ending to the season for my team. Let's see what else we got here. Rooting hard for the Wild. It's going to get real loud in Minnesota if they don't make it to the second round. Yeah, it's been a long time for them. It's been a while for the Kings, for the Sabres, the Ducks. 8-year playoff drought they just snapped. And for me, a 3-month streak that I've snapped, not going live on YouTube. But yeah, it's fun being here with you guys, and it's nice being able to watch a Sharks game and not be like as concerned about wins and losses because the season is, it's over in that we're not going to be playing past this week. Russell bleed in blues. That's a team that I'm curious about as well because, I mean, shoot, would they try to package something together to trade up in the draft? I think the Blues are really missing that top end talent. We don't know what's going to happen with Robert Thomas going forward. They have a couple of good young players, don't get me wrong, but they need that impact, that guy to really make an impact early in their career. And on defense, that could be the case, and or at forward, it could be the case. So I'm curious to see if they're in the mix to maybe try to move up and get one of those real top 3 or 4 players. So Chicago going on the power play. You know what? We're gonna get the Sharks hat back on. Ah, I'm just breaking in this Cubs hat too. It's a little tight on me, but I'm happy to have my Cubbies hat back. I got to wear some baseball team. My Giants are absolute ass. 6-12 on the year. Burakovsky down low to Ryan Green, who I'm not familiar with. At the point, Renzel. And now Goodrow trying to knock that away from Lardis. A good poke check there from Goodrow to keep that away from the crease. Lardis, chance in front. Pad save Askarov. Loose puck. And Slaggert funnels it back to Renzel. Onto the wing and a stick. Good job there by Goodrow to knock that away. Burakovsky, who won a Stanley Cup with Colorado. A chance and just missing there was, I couldn't see who that was for Chicago down low. Askarov made the initial save, but that was kind of a fat rebound. Did I feed Cortana? Yeah, she's been fed properly. Pareko rejected going to the Sabres. That's right. Yeah. I wonder if he has any regret about that. Here comes Nazar. Good cross ice feed to Teravainen. 40 seconds left in this power play. Bedard at the point. Good job by Wenberg to create some pressure, but Chicago still hangs on. Bertuzzi at the goal line. Good feed. High slot Bedard. One-timer. Askarov getting a piece of that off of Frundell, who I really do think he could be a scary player. Chicago threatening. Bertuzzi kicking it back to Frundell. Bedard. Little shimmy shake. And now Nazar back to the point. So Connor Bedard playing the point here. Frundell, shot pass. Oh, good setup there from Frundell, but Teravainen just getting a stick on that puck and putting it wide. Behind the net. Nifty play by Bedard, but Chicago's going to come up empty-handed on this power play. And kind of like the last time these two teams met, Chicago really showing that they've got a lot of weapons, a lot of versatility with their power play, but San Jose able to contain Chicago pretty well, getting their sticks in some passing lanes, and Askarov keeping his composure out there. Yeah, really, that was a really good battle, just PK and PP there. If what I think the Kings have to do in order to defeat the Avalanche in round one. Okay, I want to preface it that like this is the most checked out I've been with the rest of the NHL. This year, I've just been watching the Sharks, so I can't give an informed opinion about these things. Uh, the weird thing with Colorado is their power play wasn't that good this year. I was just, because sometimes power plays can really just go to that next level in the postseason. But I mean, the Kings don't have to be as concerned with that as they would be maybe in a previous year. So I would say, if I were to give my best guess is what the Kings can do, defend down low. Ooh, don't worry about giving up opportunities at the perimeter to Colorado. That's my very uninformed opinion on the matter. Now, good pass from Sherwood into the zone for Wenberg. And Wenning, I didn't really like his decision making there. And Chicago scooping this up with under 6 to play in the period. Drew Remenda on the broadcast saying the Sharks only have like 3 shots on goal in this period. Yeah, it's 11-10. The Hawks have actually overtaken the Sharks in shots on goal. Stretch pass from Orlov. Here comes Toffoli, one of the goals for San Jose. Actually, that was the one that got overturned. My bad. My bad. Misa, double team there. Graf is trying to send it to the net. Scooped up by Muka Medulin, jumping in down low. And a nice play by Graf to jump in. Really nice pass from Muka Medulin. But a good save by Knight. Put back to the point for Orlov and barely kept in, but now Chicago will get the clear. But nice response there from the Sharks. And here they come one more time. Toffoli and Korchinski, good defense. Cortana is so tired. She's a good girl. Yeah, she's such a personality though. Like she loves just watching me for treats. Am I sad that the Sharks season is coming to an end? Yeah, I am. I mean, I didn't know that we would be anywhere near the playoff conversation, and I'm going to be just salivating in the off season for the season to begin. Really, this will be the most I've missed hockey this upcoming off season. I know it will be, especially if the Sharks are able to really land a difference maker on defense in the draft. So down to about 4 minutes left here in the second period. Yeah, yeah, same here, Jake. If Bennington didn't play well this season, which goalie do we have to get? I mean, I would think that. Do you think that Hofer could actually take the net over? I mean, he's basically entering his prime, I think, right? Good job by Smith to get that out of the zone. Here comes the top line for the Sharks. Chernyshov and Celebrini over to Chernyshov. Not a great feed there from Macklin. He'll take this behind the net. We'll see what he does. Working it back to the high slot. Orlov, nice blocker save there from Knight. So Celebrini has been contained so far. This crowd pretty quiet here for Chicago. One of the more boisterous contingencies in the NHL. Bonjour, bonsoir. Thank you for joining us, Universal Habs, and I hope you're looking forward to a rematch with the Tampa Bay Lightning. I'm excited for that quite a bit. Oh, nice little tip play there for Eklund, almost, but a good read there by the pad of Spencer Knight. As Bedard takes this to the dot, nice. He tried to juke, and he actually draws a penalty. It'll be a tripping call to the Sharks, and the Hawks will have a chance to draw within one against San Jose. But first, we must go to our final commercial break of the period. All right, there we go. Okay, any interesting score updates? Well, really, we already know that really none of these games matter that are happening right now. The only one that matters tonight is Vegas against the Seattle Kraken because Vegas can win the division with a victory or with even a point, I think. But right now, oh yeah, we've got a couple finals in the books. Florida 8-1 over Detroit as the Red Wings free fall gets even uglier. The Lightning had nothing to play for today. They drop a 4-2 game against the Rangers. And in a shootout, two Stanley Cup contenders, the Dallas Stars get the victory over the Buffalo Sabres. Also going on right now, or actually just a final from Ontario, the Senators with a 3-1 victory over the disappointment this year that was the Toronto Maple Leafs. We got Trevor joining us. Hey, man, almost playoff time. Sharks ran out of gas at the end of the final push. Hey, I mean, those guys are going to be so hungry going into this upcoming season. So, it's going to be a learning experience. They've got a lot of work to do defensively. And I think in goal, Askarov, he's got to show that he's a capable NHL goaltender. But I'm keen to watch this team in Celebrini's third year, Misa's second year. I mean, there's all sorts of young talent that we could look forward to seeing in training camp. Canyoni, Pole Camp, let's not forget about him. Whoever the Sharks draft this upcoming year, Musty, Beastet. I mean, this team could be a whole hell of a lot of fun this upcoming year. I'm from Brazil. Just started supporting the Sharks. I love it. I love it, man. Hey, thanks so much. I appreciate that. Obrigado. I love it. I swear, man. Every Brazilian I talk to, it's just so easy to communicate with them. It's really you are the how can I say? It's so easy to get along with a Brazilian. I've always enjoyed their company. I worked with a team of Brazilians several years ago, but they were fantastic. Anyway, I hope to maybe I should come see Brazil one day in my life. I'm rooting for the Dallas Stars in the playoffs, says Alex. I would like to see Dallas win this year. I mean, there are several teams I'm kind of hoping will win. But yeah, the Stars would be one of them. I am rooting for the Avalanche first and foremost, but Dallas, I mean, it's their time, right? Os, oh God, I can't pronounce Portuguese, but Os Tubarões de São Jose. I mean, I know Tiburones in Spanish, but yeah, Caulfield, 50 goals, and of course the crop of young players who have never been in the playoffs. I mean, Patrick Laine, who, right? The Supersonics could be coming back. I know, yeah. I don't really care for the NBA these days, but give me the Supersonics and maybe I'll become a fan once again. I of course got some love for the Warriors, having grown up and watching their games as well. Nice job there. Good tie up by the Sharks in front of the net. Hawks still have the puck here with 25 seconds left in their power play. Rinzel will funnel this to the other point. Burakovsky skating down, working it down low behind the net. Pass that caroms off, but ends up on the stick of Lardis. Rinzel at the dot. A shot from Burakovsky and a block from Wenberg. And here come the Sharks. Maybe they got something going the other way. Here comes Colin Graff. At least he'll chew up some time as he takes a little awkward collision into the boards. And the Sharks come up with the penalty kill with 35 seconds left in the second period. And now a puck trickles in through the pads of Askarov, and that's going to be a goal for Sam Rinzel, or is that Donato? I think it's Rinzel. And Alexa, play Chelsea Dagger. I got a Blackhawks goal horn. All right, let's get one more look at this here. And this is exactly what I've been talking about. A soft goal from Yaroslav Askarov. He could not close the 5-hole. He was hugging the post, as he should, but he has shown a weakness in those kinds of moments. So that is something that has to be cleaned up going into next year, or I don't think that Askarov is going to be in San Jose for much longer. Here, Korsanic treat. Yeah, the Hawks scored a goal, but you still get a treat for that. Dobish has been good though. I thought the Habs had kind of a rough goaltending situation, but maybe that's gotten better over the course of the last few weeks. I hope so. Askey, yep. Askey. I mean, the Sharks. If it's not for that soft goal by Askarov, they go into the period a 2-0 lead. They've been handling their business in their own zone very well. And Askarov, I will give him credit though. Up until that soft goal, he had made some very nice saves. I'm not gonna, you know, just completely dismiss that. But Chicago will go into the intermission with some momentum. Otherwise, the Sharks they got to feel good about the last 20 minutes. At least Chelsea Dagger is a banger. It is. It is. It's such a good celebration song. It really is. Wait, I haven't even finished this beer. It's got to be among the more bitter barley wine style beers that you'll find out there. Of course, this is the beer of California right here. At least the beer of Northern California, Sierra Nevada. Coming in at what 9.6%. It is. It's potent. And now we will crack open. Check this out right here. Mexican Cocoa Death. So the flagship beer for this brewery, it's here in the Panhandle in Idaho. It's called Irish Death, so it's like kind of like it's not really a traditional Irish stout, but it's really good. They've made some variants of it. They have a creme brulee stout, and this is a Mexican cocoa one, and it even has like some chili peppers in it, so it packs a little bit of a punch. It got better, and then there's Fowler. Oh god, Jacob Fowler, is that his name? Yeah, I haven't watched him yet though. Oh, oh, it's so tasty. A little kiss of spice at the end of it. So second intermission here, Sam Renzel is able to get the Hawks on the board. Other than that, we've got goals for San Jose from Ferraro and Misa. Why the hell would they name their drink that and make their can look like a danger sign? Because to quote Chaz Michaels, it's provocative. Is that? Oh, that's a good question. Is this Ovechkin's last? Okay, well, I think I kind of jumped to conclusions here. Yeah, is it Ovi's last year? What do you guys think? Do you think it's going to be Ovechkin's last year? By the way, what was our poll at the 51 votes and 82% had the Sharks. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot more moments like this on this channel, I think. But anyway, I'm gonna take a moment myself to, and I know that a lot of people are like, "Hey, we already heard you talk about this," but I want to make sure that everybody knows about this. So my friend Jose, who I've known for about a decade here, he had a heart attack at the end of 2024, and then 5 months after that, he was diagnosed with stomach cancer. He's raising funds because the medical expenses for this are just terribly high. Not to mention he lives in the Bay Area, where cost of living is some of the highest in the country. But anyway, Jose is a friend of mine who I've known for a decade. He's one of the most selfless people that I know. We work together. Well, not like in a job, but he was a part of my volunteer staff when we ran a video games club out there. He's a Sharks fan. He's a great dude. And I would appreciate any sort of contribution that you can make to his recovery as he battles just a heinous illness in stomach cancer. So I've put a link to this GoFundMe in the video or the stream description. It's also in the pin chat message. Although you can donate to me here with super chats, 100% of the revenue I receive from your super chats will go to Jose. Granted, YouTube takes 30% of super chats. So this is really the best way for you to support my friend here. So Anyway, I'll probably just leave this up for the rest of the intermission here. But yeah, yeah, John Carlson does look like he's at home with Anaheim. That's true. Yeah, but getting back to what was asked by OV fan, I think I think Ovechkin's going to hang him up. I think at least he's played his last NHL game. 32 goals as a 40-year-old. That's unbelievable. 32 goals. I think he had 32 assists as well. I mean, shoot, if we look at Ovechkin's career, wait, well, yeah, I'll pull up his final career numbers. Alex Ovechkin finished his career 1,573 games played, 929 goals, 758 assists for 1,687 points. So he was above a point per game. Not to mention, a lot of his prime was when scoring was down in the NHL. Unbelievable. He won the 2018 Stanley Cup, of course, and the Conn Smythe, the first ever for the Washington Capitals. Three-time Hart Trophy finalist. I think that's tied with Crosby. Three-time Player of the Year, the Ted Lindsay Award, as voted on by the players. Won 9 Rocket Richard trophies for leading the NHL in goals, and certainly one of the. I'd have to say, I mean, like, I know that he didn't do a whole lot more besides score goals and hit, but Alex Ovechkin, especially when we look at what he did in his prime and early in his career, I mean, he's still got to go down as, at the worst, one of the 20 greatest to ever play this game, or at least in the NHL. And you're right, Jake. He has nothing left to prove. I mean, he's never going to score 1,000 goals in the NHL, right? So I think he's gone off on enough of a high note. I wouldn't expect the Capitals to be a Stanley Cup contender with him next year. So not to mention he would have to sign a new contract, and he wouldn't. I wouldn't think that he would play for league minimum. But Alex Ovechkin, man, one of the all time greats. Uh, it's been amazing getting to watch him throughout his career in my adult life. Ethan, what's going on, man? I was wondering, Ethan, are you are you Isles House on X? Are you that account by chance? Because that person's name is also Ethan. Anyway, if you're not, no worries. But I'm sorry that the Isles couldn't make it into the playoffs. But boy, Matthew Schaefer had such a fun freaking year. Happy Sabres fan. I wonder how our guy Eddie Van Haskell is doing, by the way, because that's one of our OG subscribers. Like back when I had like 150 subscribers, he was one of them, and he was a Sabres fan in Canada. But congratulations, Happy Sabres fan. I will drink to your Sabres making the playoffs. And even though I like the Hurricanes the most in that conference, that's my favorite team in the conference. If they can't make it out of the East, I will cheer for you guys. You betcha. So cheers. I'm not on X, but it was a hell of a season. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe with Peter DeBoer for a full year, they could be a pretty good team. Do I watch post game and pregame? Oh, just for the Sharks. Not every time, but I try to watch when we win. I watch the post game for sure. Ovi can always go play for his childhood team, the San Jose Sharks, and go win a cup. Holy crap. We do have some cap space. Wouldn't that be the most absurd thing? Ethan, a member for almost 3 full years, man. What a turnaround for Tage Thompson. I just saw earlier tonight that Tuck had 33 goals this year. I had no idea. Tage, though, going into tonight had 81 points, so point per game player, and yeah, and he had a gold medal this year. So I would say that this year was pretty successful for him. But yeah, I mean, what a hell of a story for the Sabres. Great job by the Ducks breaking an 8-year drought. The Flyers coming out of absolutely nowhere to make it. Same with the Bruins for that matter. I mean, I liked the Marco Sturm hire. I had no idea that he actually had some talent to work with over there in Boston. Besides, David Pastrnak, Charlie McAvoy, and I figured Jeremy Swayman would have a better year. That's and how did Swayman end up? See, it's kind of hard for me to judge because the Bruins lost both games to my Sharks. But Swayman, 2.71 goals against average, 907 save percentage. But I think that's an improvement over last year. Oh, yeah. Last year was tough on him. I'm happy with the new GM. That's Kekalainen, correct? Sabres are the dark horse. I don't think they're even a dark horse. I know they play on the Atlantic side of things, but they won the division, so I don't think we can see them as a dark horse because there's no Toronto, there's no Florida, there's Tampa Bay, sure, but I think if we were to talk about a dark horse from the Eastern Conference, this is a little bit of a reach here, but what about the Penguins? I I don't think they're going to go much further than winning 2 rounds if they could, but I don't know, man. I mean, don't count them out. The Metro side of things does not impress me. Actually, you know what? I'm going to revise that statement. I'm going to say the Senators. They are riding with a lot of momentum, but they're going to be in the Metro side of the bracket, and I think they're going to have a couple of matchups they can win. Excuse me. So we're underway between the Kraken and Golden Knights. So with I think with a point tonight, the Golden Knights, who have gotten hot with John Tortorella at the helm, can win yet again the Pacific Division. Yeah, yeah. With a point, they would win the Pacific because the Oilers right now are 2 points behind with one more game to play. So yeah, is Vegas going to be a dark horse? I would say that even if they win the division, anybody from the Pacific would be a dark horse potentially. This genuinely might be an all-time fumble in recent sports memory. Are you talking about the Maple Leafs collapse this year, or questions for Yzerman after this season? I think that's fair. I think that's fair. It's unfortunate, man. I was pulling for Detroit. I picked them to go to the playoffs, and the last third of this year was just brutal for them. Somebody was mentioning, was it? I can't remember who it was. It might have. No, I don't want to name names because I'm not sure. But somebody was talking about. I think Spit and Chicklets was like, "Hey, the Wings, they have too many of the same types of player. I think especially at forward. I think that's a fairly good point. I mean, they have some good skill. I think that there's good talent on defense. Clearly, Gibson. Let me take a look at how he did this year. Yeah, Gibson was serviceable, right? Like Detroit hasn't had a super good goaltender in a long time, but he was just fine for that role. But yeah, they got to get something in there where the forward group I think plays more, I guess, physically. I don't exactly know how to articulate that. It's been, I think it's been 10 years, hasn't it? 2016 was the last time that the Wings made it. It's now the longest in hockey. That's what matters in the grand scheme of things. Is it true that the Wings? Yeah. As Diehard says, yeah, the fans booed them off the ice. I mean, that's brutal. Man, I probably did that when I was younger, when the Sharks were not playing well, but I can't imagine doing that these days. But with a collapse that bad, I can kind of understand that, right? You're paying all that money to see them perform, right? So I get it. I get it, right? It's entertainment at the end of it. Oh, sorry, I accidentally kicked my phone here. One sec, guys. Ugh. There we go. Look at that. Look at that pretty pup. Look at this little sweet potato. How about some more apple, Cortana? There we go. Good girl. Front office and ownership, then the players and coaches. I mean, McClellan's only been there for a year. So yeah, I would have to say it's probably more of like the roster construction. I know Red Wings fans love Larkin. I haven't heard anything about like needing to shake up the leadership, but I haven't heard anybody talk about it either. So I have to at least put the question out there, right? All right. So the Sharks are still leading 2-1. So if the Sharks win this, they will win their 39th game of the year. The Sharks won 39 total games the previous 2 years. So a team that was just at 52 points this past year, 47, I want to say, the year before they drafted Macklin Celebrini, and now over NHL 500. Amazing. The Yzer plan that you're questioning, yeah, I mean, I think that's fair. He's been there for what, 7 years now? So he would have, because I remember the team, they had that horrible year in the COVID year, right? Or before COVID hit. But even though they've had plenty of years to rebuild, right? They still haven't had that just elite level prospect, right? They've had some good stuff right underneath that, but they haven't had that top pick. Martone, yeah, yeah. I haven't watched this guy just yet, but it seems like he's fitting in immediately, which is good because I mean Philly just needs they need some more weapons out there, especially a team that doesn't really have like that elite number one kind of like playoff caliber center. I'll give Zegras some credit. He's fit in very well there, but actually, what's Zegras's numbers looking like? Yeah, I think they need to really have it's a coalition of resources for that offense. What do you need there, Dalton or yeah, Duncan? What is it that you need, man? Drysdale's been good. Oh well, that's good. I mean, anytime I hear Drysdale, it's like, wait, that guy's actually playing. He's healthy. Uh, I mean, I know defenseman numbers they don't tell the whole story, but 8 goals, 24 assists. Well, good for him. I mean, it's been kind of hard for him to really build his career at the NHL level. But yeah, former sixth overall pick, man. I didn't know that. Oh, subscribers. Okay. You just need 2 more subscribers to get to 90. Well, what kind of content do you make? Is it hockey content? Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, does Phoenix have an MLS team now? I Wow, that took a long time, but I didn't know. Yeah, I just pulled up ESPN and saw the San Jose Earthquakes because they're my one of my former teams in soccer. because I was an intern there in college. Um, Wait, San Jose actually has the best record in the Western Conference in soccer? They haven't been good since I was a season ticket holder in, like, 2012. They're 6-1? What the hell? Oh, no, Phoenix doesn't have a team. This must be like a game outside of this league. San Jose 6 and what the hell? I'm not used to seeing the Earthquakes actually being good. Uh, San Jose does. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're actually good. Because yeah, I was going to games at Buckshot Stadium in Santa Clara. Go Broncos, by the way. Screw Gonzaga, and which is funny because I live like 45 minutes away from there. But yeah, I was going to games when Wondolowski was kind of coming onto the scene there. Bay Area guy himself, Simon Dawkins. Who was that other guy who was oh frick, I forgot his name. I loved him too. He was so fun to watch. Bigger guy. I can't remember, but yeah, I saw the Quakes one the last time they were actually good. Anyway, Undead Avalanche, what's going on? Please, please, please win a Stanley Cup for Brent Burns. Please, really. By the way, we're now in the third period, so that's good. But yeah, Undead Abs, we need to see the Abs win their fourth Stanley Cup in franchise history, okay? Because Brent Burns needs to go out a champion. He needs that Ray Bork moment. Because then he will make the Hall of Fame. You know, he might make it otherwise, but still. Okay, here comes Bertuzzi. Askarov paddling that up ice to Sherwood, and here comes Eklund on the second line for San Jose. Wenberg, bad giveaway there to Tyler Bertuzzi, who has over 30 goals this year for Chicago, and knocked away at the top of the Sharks zone. Here comes Sherwood onto the wing, handed back to Eklund. Over to Ferraro, who's got an open lane. He shoots, and Sherwood flops in front of the net as Knight gets a piece of that. And we get a puck out of play here with the first minute 24 gone by. 14-14, it's a low event game in that sense, but I like the pace when you have these two sort of younger teams out there, even this late in the season. They can still play with that pace. But I like the pace. We try. I hope the curse of the President's Trophy doesn't knock us out. Yeah, yeah, exactly, man. I hope so too. So the Hawks will skate this through center ice. It's Sligert and Desharnais coming up with the loose puck. Misa right to shoot. Who's that for Chicago? Right to Green. And now the Hawks come the other way. Green, the Green man. And Askarov, I don't know if he got a blocker on that. I think that shot went a little bit wide. Into the slot, a chance of one timer, and I don't know how Green missed that because that was an open net, not because of Askarov's fault, but the lapse in coverage there was atrocious. That's of course the microcosm of the Sharks not making the playoffs this year. And Chicago will get another chance. Kaiser, good job by Mukamadulin. Not clear though. Worked around for Orlov, gets past his stick. Mukamadulin able to get a body on the forechecker there. Chicago able to send it deep again. And now Orlov turns it over to the Hawks. Chance in the slot there, knocked away by Mukamadulin. He's made some really nice plays tonight. He's kind of gotten the short end of the stick by the Sharks coaching staff, but I mean, I like Mukamadulin. I believe he can at least be a competent third defenseman on this team or third pairing defenseman. If not, who knows? Maybe even better if we get somebody who can move the puck alongside him. Goalies are the most vulnerable part of the playoffs. You mean in terms of like they can go from Vezina quality to third stringer. I don't really know how to answer that question, unfortunately. But you gotta think that, the referees put their whistles away a little bit more in the playoffs, so if you wanna talk about being physically vulnerable, yeah, I think that that's an interesting point to raise. That's why even in the playoffs, you need to have competent goaltending on both sides, and the Hawks make it 2-2 on a goal from looks like that was somebody who I didn't Louis Crevier making it 2-2. Chicago knotting things up there. Bad transition defense for the Sharks. Again, I'm not going to fault Askarov for this. I don't think. Yeah, just yeah. That one was Smith. Here was a little lazy getting back, but I mean he was right on the attacker. It's whoever was covering down low. I mean Ferraro. I don't know, but that's kind of inexplicable from the guys back checking there. We got Omega Fish. By the way, congrats to the Mammoth for being in the playoffs. Oh, I think I see what you're saying. Undead. Um, well, I was saying this earlier that I've been so checked out of the NHL this year, except for the Sharks. Like I've really taken a step back with the whole content and the live streams. So I've just been watching the Sharks, and that's about it. But with the Avalanche, I did hear about that as well. That like Blackwood really hasn't had the good second half. Uh, Wedgwood has the numbers though, so it's like I can't say that they're going to be vulnerable when the numbers look that good for him. Uh, but like you also have to kind of consider who their opponent is, like how strong in net they are. Do they have a goaltender who's going to steal a game for them, right? And if it's the Kings, I wouldn't be all that concerned about that right now, but I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong for that matter. Mammoth, first time in the playoffs. You're excited? That'd be really fun to see them play the Golden Knights. Really. What team do I remember that dominated the regular season and fizzled out in the playoffs? Well, we could go back to the Bruins from 3 years ago. I mean, it's really easy to look at that President's Trophy curse because teams like the Bruins, or what about my Sharks in 2009, the Canucks in like 2012, right? But then again, you had like Chicago and LA were such a tough out back then. But, yeah, just, some pretty poor defensive, coverage there from the Sharks, and I thought that they've done a pretty good job up until, late in the second period, and I'm not gonna get on Askarov for those either. And the Sharks cough it up in the neutral zone, a shot and pad save by Yaroslav Askarov. Sharks working it deep with the fourth line out in front, just on the wrong side of Ostapchuk. He was right in front of the crease there, and a good job by the Hawks to knock it away. Loose puck, and the Sharks defense comes up with it. Chipped in by Ostapchuk, who, by the way, is going to turn 23 in the offseason. So he's another young guy who can stick around with the Sharks core. He brings some size and some good skating ability. And I'd like to see him really solidify that position as the fourth line center for the team. I think that's a good investment for San Jose. Good job by Macklin to at least get that puck a little deep there and out of trouble for the Sharks. We got Dr. Doom hanging out. Hey, what's going on? Just missing the playoffs crew. A chance for Vlasic. He'll shoot. Askarov. Nice pad save and a rebound, but he was able to direct it far out of reach for Chicago. 2019 Lightning. What am I talking about? 2019 Lightning. Askarov, another rebound there, but Celebrini able to knock that away. He'll come with the rest of the first line over to Will Smith and couldn't quite get that backhander over to him. Chicago will attack with numbers. Bedard knocked away on the back check by Chernyshov. Great play. See, that's something that I can rely on Chernyshov for being a 20-year-old just in his 27th NHL game. Like, I know I'm gonna get that effort, that awareness from him. That makes me super excited for what he's gonna bring as a top line player for this team. Chance in the slot there, puck that was knocked down. Renzel's got it. He scored the first goal for the Hawks, and now Wenberg out of the zone, getting a little bit hassled there on the back check. Fed over to Sherwood and knocked away by Renzel, and the Hawks will come the other way with Bertuzzi. Trent, what's going on? You're just chilling? Chilling like cream filling? Now Kaiser. He flips that puck over. I wanted to say he rolls that puck, Kaiser roll. Uh, Actually, I knew a Brazilian guy whose name was Kaiser. His name was Kaiser dos Santos. He worked for the Chicago Fire, the soccer team. And the Hawks score as Wenberg cannot fight off Ryan Green, who's kind of been all over the puck here early in this period. And what looked like a sleepy game for the Hawks has turned into a 3-2 lead. Again, this is Chicago getting in on the back door against the Sharks. So it's hard to really have any sort of criticism for Askarov on this. But yeah, that's Wenberg's man, and and Green just gets inside positioning. So this is becoming a disappointing performance for the Sharks late in this game. Still plenty of hockey left to play here, but Chicago, they're looking a little loose here. They got nothing to lose. They need to get their heads out of their butts, and they're going to lose. I know, but like normally by now I would be like, well, it would be nice if our goaltender would make a save, but in this case, I can't fault Askarov. I mean, these pucks are way out of his reach when he has to move so far laterally in a split second. You're hoping for Shane Doan to bring back the Coyotes. I'm See, for me, I like having 32 teams in the NHL, but I understand it's a good revenue opportunity, right? So look, I can't imagine Houston and Phoenix not having an NHL team within the next 10 years. Hurting the tank, actually. Well, I mean, this is working in the Sharks' favor for our tank, if you want to call it that. Commercial break, by the way. I didn't see how much time was left. Probably 13 minutes or so. Could Kempe be the next captain after Kopitar? I don't know. I mean, Kobe's been what, a decade the captain for this team. Maybe what they'll do is, well, maybe not a decade, a little bit less, but maybe what they'll do is they'll just kind of give it a little breathing room. I don't know so much about Kempe. Is he a vocal guy? I'm not sure if he would fill that role per se, or would they give it to Doughty temporarily? I know he only has one more year left on his deal. I never gave Cortana a treat though. Let's give Cortana a treat. You want a treat, girl? Come on over. Jack Hughes injury, Devils season, wheels fall apart. I mean, that's what year is it? I mean, it seems like it happens almost every year, right? You go, girl. Oh my goodness, good girl. But of course, Jack Hughes, American hero. So much love, much love. Let's see. Do we have any update for the Knights and Kraken? No, they're tied right now. Now we get an ad for Shakira playing at the Shark Tank on June 19th. Fitzgerald is out, yeah. So wait, are they gonna? I haven't seen who the interim guy is. I mean, or is that interim, or and they're gonna search for somebody to replace Fitzgerald? I have no idea. But interesting to see some of those late season changes for a couple teams. Islanders uh, firing Patrick Waugh, and in comes DeBoer, and same thing with the Knights. They fire the guy who took them to a Stanley Cup in 2000 or in 2023, excuse me, and Bruce Cassidy. In comes Torts. Yeah, Devils, man. I mean, what are you guys looking to gain for Nemitz? Because apparently we were willing to trade Eklund for him. I don't know though. I mean, maybe that asking price goes down a little bit. All right, here is Gaudette. Nice play by Renzel though to get kind of that positioning along the wall there. 10 minutes left in this game. Shots are 22-16 Chicago. I mean, it's crazy because I mean the Sharks looked so in control of this game. Even if they weren't putting a lot of shots on net, they just seemed composed and comfortable out there. And now they're just kind of looking a little bit lost. Let me be honest. Bertuzzi against Cagnoni. A shot from the point, and they score in that one. That is where I can say Askarov should be coming up with that. That's not much of a screen in front, and Chicago making it 4-2. Louis Crevier, that's another goal for him. Man. Yeah, and Askarov just gets beat cleanly under the glove. We must really want Verhoff. I mean, we won't be able to. We'll have to move up in the draft to get him, most likely. Day or night with the Sharks. I mean, shoot, looks like that with them. Uh, I had higher expectations for your Devils though, much higher. So are they gonna like what will they do with their goaltending next year? That's kind of something that I'm curious about with them. I mean, still plenty of time left for the Sharks, but I mean, that's ridiculous. I'm not going to say that the defense was great on that last goal for Chicago, but I mean, really. Oh, here's Misa coming in, backhander. Ah, good defensive read there in the crease. Here, we'll give Cortana a treat here. Here we go, girl. Here you go, girl. Shot from Desharnais. And Sliger trying to backhand this up the wall. Another shot and into the trapper. It goes for Spencer Knight. Ay, ay, ay. So we go to a commercial break with 8:25 left in this meaningless game for San Jose and Chicago. But hey, I mean, if this is going to help our draft positioning, I'll hang my hat on that. But it kind of sucks because Macklin doesn't have a point tonight, I don't think. Because that Toffoli power play goal got called back. Don't get greedy with me, Cortana. Wait, what? We got a toy? You got a toy here? I want this toy. Come here, shake a big. Here, shake a big. Wait, okay. Get it. Get your toy. Okay. Yeah, Orlov and Sherwood assisted on the Misa goal, and Sherwood's got 2 helpers tonight for San Jose. It's a bad day for the Bay. I mean, but it's good though, right? Because we improve our draft positioning. Well, it's good. We got dark charged Penguins. Hey, congratulations. I kind of thought that maybe you'd be picking first overall this year, but great job by Dan Muse in his first year behind the Pittsburgh bench. How do I feel about Orlov and Desharnais? I would consider bringing back Desharnais because the Sharks are so thin at the right defensive spot. Orlov, he's under contract 1 more year. You can't do anything about that. So, kinda is what it is, frankly. But yeah, his last third of the season has been horrible. But Desharnais, the thing that gets me about his game is that he does take a lot of penalties, but I mean, at least he's a little more intimidating among the defensemen, and he helped out a lot with the penalty kill, and he was a good partner for Dickinson for a good chunk of the season too. So I would be fine with Vinny coming back for one more year. So Blackhawks out shooting the Sharks now 23-15. I mean, like, where has this game gone, really? Although something's gonna happen here. Somebody's going to the penalty box for the Blackhawks. You know what we got to do, guys? We got to get really into the spirit of things with a. Yeah, it's going to be a slash to Connor Bedard. Cagnoni, the one drawing the penalty. So San Jose, a chance to get back into this game. But the way they have to do that is just be simple on the power play. Don't go for the cute goal. You thought that you were going to miss the playoffs. Yeah, I mean, that's a kind way of putting my expectations for Pittsburgh this year. But congratulations to them. Sharks win the faceoff. Wenberg out to Cagnoni. And now at the top of the circle, Alex will go over toward the goal line, dancing, trying to draw more defensive attention. A shot from Cagnoni right off of Mikheyev. And now a good stick there. I didn't see who that was for Chicago. Might have been Green, who has one of the goals. Celebrini can't quite connect on that pass. A shot, and Celebrini's going to come up with this carom here. Cagnoni, good pressure from the Chicago PK, really. I forgot that they were actually really good on the PK this year. I if I recall, and they'll get a stick in a passing lane there as the Sharks power play is going to have to regroup here with a minute 10 left in the man advantage. Now here comes Macklin. Good job by the Hawks standing the Sharks up, or at least creating pressure at the top of the zone. And now Chicago just chewing up time here as they're able to work it all the way down the ice, then back to their defenseman, Kaiser and his partner. They'll fire it down, and this power play is already down to under 40 seconds. Really good job by Chicago. Kane Surge, hey man, good luck in the playoffs. Although I think the Senators are going to be pretty challenging. It's going to be different than playing the Islanders. Sherwood trying to work it cross ice to Chernyshov. Nice read there by, I don't think that's Mikheyev, is it? Might be. Vlasic, a chance to clear here. Kept in at the point by Chernyshov, down to 10 seconds. Sherwood, Chernyshov, and that gets blocked immediately. Slapped around, and the Hawks are going to come out of this unscathed. Really good penalty kill from Chicago. San Jose's got it again. Knocked away by the defense, and Graff putting it off the trapper of Spencer Knight. Goddard, excuse me. Down to 5:45 left here in regulation as this game has gotten away from San Jose, unfortunately. A puck that goes all the way down for icing, so that there will be a face-off in the San Jose zone. Jimmy Meyer, what's going on, man? There's another team I had zero expectations of. The Bruins. I thought Sturm would do a nice job, at least giving the Bruins a chance to kind of rebound after the previous year, but this was a different story. So congratulations. You're back. Sorry for coming back really late. You don't have to be sorry for that. Flying Fluffy. Exactly. Right. I only decided to do this live stream yesterday. So I didn't really have too many expectations. The Hawks fan in you is happy. Oh, yeah. I mean, again, like it's I already chalked this up to a wins like a while ago, and now it's like, wait, what happened to the Sharks here? But hey, if you want to be happy for them, that's good. I'm happy for you because our draft positioning gets just a little bit better. Thanks for appearing on Flying Fluffy. Hey, you're welcome. I always enjoy the company of the community, and Jaws is a friend of mine, not just from YouTube, but he's really just a great guy. And oh, and there's another goal again, a cross ice feed, and this time I don't even know who this guy is for Chicago, who's wearing 76. This game is out of hand now. 5-2 Chicago. The Sharks basically giving up 5 goals in a span of 16 minutes. It just incredible. Just incredible. So but fine, you want to rub salt in the wound? I won't complain this time. Here, Cortana, have a treat. Or a little apple. Whoop. Did you get that one or that didn't? Here we go. Ready? No, here I got you, girl. All right, fine. Just come here, Cortana. Come here, girl. Oops, so sorry. Then I dropped it. Here, get another one. I got like 4 more treats left. Let's go right here. There we go. There you go. Good girl. Yep. I'm gonna switch it over to the Warriors. Things are really bad if you're gonna be switching it over to the Warriors. Under 5 to play. Oh, by the way, we're late in the period now, I guess. Jeez, ugly man. What an ugly turn of events here. What happened to the Ducks? We were winning, and now you hit a snag. It's been feast and famine for the Ducks this year. It was super hot at the beginning, then you crash so far that you almost had a losing record at one point. Then you caught fire again, and now this is not exactly a good time to be crashing. But still, good season for you guys. You took another step forward, and the Pacific Division between Anaheim and San Jose potentially could be pretty scary. Last Sharks game I went to was 2.5 years ago. I saw a 5-0 loss against the Oilers in David Quinn's first season as coach. First of 2 years. They're in the play-in game. Okay, well, go Dubs, but they need to really just start a whole new regime. I can't believe San Jose didn't make it. Well, this game is a microcosm of that, right? When you can't defend these cross ice passes, you're gonna get cooked, man. So kind of recent. Yeah, I've been to one Sharks game in the last 6 years, but I used to be a half season holder. Happy for the Ducks. Hey, I'm happy for the Ducks too. I'm glad that they're relevant again. 2017. Oh, you were living in California. Gotcha. Yeah, I've never actually seen the Ducks or the Kings in their respective arenas. I think I've lost it. Yeah, I mean, the good thing is that we had nothing to lose in this game, so yeah, it sucks, but when you'll be able to look at this on a macro level and say, hey, the Sharks, they still have quite a bit of room for improvement to even be a team to make it to the playoffs potentially, but they took a step forward that we weren't expecting. Honda Center is nice. Great arena around the arena too. Did they make renovations to that recently? Because I know it's one of the oldest buildings. Angel Stadium just down the road. Yeah, I've been to Angel Stadium. Used to go to tons of games. Yeah, probably like 2017. I mean, that was at the very end of their sort of heyday there. It's there, a lot of learning for them. Yeah, I mean, I think that they're pretty much right on schedule right now. I think that that division could be theirs for the taking pretty damn soon. McDavid's on a deal for 2 more years, and he's going to get into his 30s. Draisaitl's just about there now. So the Oilers will eventually kind of fall off a little bit. They kind of did this year in a sense. The Golden Knights, I know that they're Vegas, but I got to think at some point they're probably due for some sort of a drop off. even though they're able to, poach whatever talent they want. Flames will eventually be good, but they don't have that like super top end talent just yet. The draft is going to be good. Sorry, Schaefer. Sorry. Shoot, Schaefer could have been a Shark if you guys didn't win the draft lottery. We'd probably be in the playoffs. No slight to Michael Misa, but what a great season he had, man. I've seen Trout play in person. That's cool. Yeah, Trout, man. I mean, it's a shame that he, kind of had the fall off that he did, and I think that was because of injuries, right? But he was probably all around the best player we've seen since, I don't know, Griffey or something like that. Ducks fans don't travel so much. I'm sure they travel okay in California, but I mean that market. I mean, even with San Jose, same thing. Although we've started to see more Sharks fans on the road, but it's just not the same as like a market somewhere else. Even like in Vegas, right, where that team is that team is the city. The Sharks kind of were like that for a while there, but it's just kind of a California thing, I think. But I'm sure the Ducks fans will be turning up a lot more over the rest of this decade. Hawks fans travel like crazy. I've seen a lot of them, yeah, in the Shark Tank before, so I will attest to that. Yeah, I mean they're not the only ones, but they definitely turn up. Sharks are gaining popularity in Northern California. They need to gain some popularity outside of San Jose. Frankly, I'm sure that that's taken a step in the right direction. You would know better than I would because I don't live there anymore. But I mean, shoot, you would see signage for the Sharks in San Jose, some in Santa Clara. Like I'm talking about the suburbs of San Jose. But as soon as you go to the next county, it's almost like the Sharks are 3 states away, really. Not to mention KNBR's coverage of the Sharks over the years has been flaccid to say the least. Since the A's are gone, will the Bay Area get another baseball team, or will it just be the Giants? I've never heard about any other team potentially making their way over there. I can't see it considering the Giants basically blocked the A's from moving to San Jose. I can't see it. The Giants are from a business standpoint, they have too much leverage, I think. I can really notice more people here in the Central Valley getting into the Sharks. It's all good, CJ. I wish that you were here for the good parts, but here we are. I mean, this game got away from San Jose, and the defensive coverage was just horrible. I don't know what the Hawks did at the intermission to really fire their team up, but it was that first goal they scored late in the second period that did it for them. I said that was going to give them momentum, and all they've done is feed on it. And the last time these two teams played in Chicago, I believe it was also a 5-2 game. And this time around, they shut out Celebrini. And yeah, it's just an ugly game for San Jose. But hey, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter a whole lot. And hey, our draft position could be better as a result of this. So I'm not going to complain for very long. Let me just say that. Final 25 seconds here. I'm actually mad if they end the season with a loss. I'm going to be mad. I mean, I hope they're mad. I hope they play mad tomorrow, but they got to win in Winnipeg. So we'll see, man. San Jose would be a great spot for a baseball team. I mean, it's got great weather for baseball season for the most part, except in September. It's searing hot. Football or basketball. I mean, the Warriors actually played at the Shark Tank for a year at one point. Anyway, guys, that's going to be a final here from the Windy City as the Sharks lay a turd. I should have kept my Cubs hat on. I think that it was still 2-0 at that point. But that's going to do it. I can't commit to anything just yet, but we may be doing something during the playoffs. Again, thank you for everybody who donated for my friend Jose. If you still want to contribute to Jose's GoFundMe as he battles stomach cancer, please just see the link in the video description or the stream description, and also in the pin chat message here. So I'll continue promoting this whenever I'm on YouTube, but My friend Jose needs as much help as he can get. So anything you can do to either get the word out or even chip in a couple bucks, he would absolutely, it would mean the world to him, man. So anyway, that's gonna do it. Deadly Flame, what's going on? God, I mean, not even that bad of a season for the Flames. Ryan Huska has done. He's made, not quite made wine out of water, but that team I think is doing better than the personnel that you see on the stat sheet. Another $5 here. MC Humraj, what's going on, man? We need your Oilers to suck in the playoffs so we can get a better draft pick from you guys. Music Man, drop in $5 here at the very end for our friend Jose. Remember, all proceeds from the stream go to Jose. Cortana, treat. I'll get you, girl. Look at Cortana. Look at that. Isn't she so cute? Another treat, girl? Nope, she's checked out, so I can't give her a treat right now. It's MJ. Oh, it's you. Okay. Why don't I see Matthew J. Evans? I'm like, you're throwing money at me. I'm like, you kind of remind me of MJ. Is your email handle. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Well, thank you, MJ. His airness for dropping a few bucks here on this stream. I appreciate that about you. We got, yeah, win or lose, Canucks won't be affected. True. And good luck to you guys getting the first overall pick, for real. Flames' future is bright. I mean, I think they've got kind of like the depth of talent that they're building. They just need that one like X factor, right? But anyway, guys, I'm going to sign off for now. Keep your ears to the ground. We could be doing something for the postseason. And yeah, I'll pretty much leave it at that. Thank you for being a part of this stream. And I'll talk to you again real soon, okay? Or hopefully real soon. All right. Good night.